yeah, that's where we're going to pick up. You are all, I guess, lounging, resting inside of Oldreach. Those who kind of got more beat up in the past fights, that'd be Havel, Thunar, Ikley, and others. If I'm forgetting anyone, they're still resting. They're kind of taking a little longer to recuperate. They're sleeping in. They've earned it. But everyone else is nice and awake. Um, kind of you'll be sitting around the kind of large kind of banquet table in the halls or inside of Aldrich Castle itself, as you hear some noise from the kitchen as Julius is dutifully cooking what he can make of a breakfast. So what do y'all would like? Would y'all like to do on this morning?
First of all, I would not be sitting at the table. Um,
Where would Tombstone be?
instead, I assume this dining room is like kind of like nice roomy ceiling.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Any kind of like dangly objects from the ceiling?
There's a chandelier, yeah.
Yeah.
So the chandelier is slightly rocking, but the shadow on your cups or whatever are like slowly moving back and forth as the chandelier is kind of rocking a little bit. As I assume Tombstone is on it.
Yep. Tombstone's perched on the chandelier, looking down upon the table, waiting for something to arrive, and just waiting for an opportune moment.
You good there, Tombstone?
No, no, you don't get to talk to me.
Why?
We are not on speaking terms right now.
Is it because I teleported you successfully?
It successfully made my gut feel like it got ran over by a 10-ton llama.
I can't help that you're a lightweight in travel.
I can't help that you forced me to teleport.
Would you rather spend 2 weeks or more, walking?
Yes.
Well, sorry. Next time, I'll let you walk, okay? And we'll tell the rest of us will teleport.
That would be preferred. Thank you.
I'll turn to Briar and then you just kind of whisper, "I'm not doing that."
Have any of you ever seen the old TV show The A-Team?
Not the
Not
TV
the
show,
new-
but I
I-
love the
no.
movie.
Well, the movie. I don't know if they ever get this across in the movie, but there's the B.A. Baracus, Mr. T,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
His like big fear is he's afraid of flying.
Yeah.
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 And so like every time they take him somewhere to like fly in the TV show, they like drug him, they knock him out, they trick him, right? They have
Yeah.
to do all these different things. That's Tombstone with teleportation.
Yeah,
You
they did
cannot
that in
get
the
him to
movie a
teleport.
few times. Yeah, they like had to like drug him and like strap him down, and then like they're like falling in a tank,
It's like
and
one
he
of
like didn't know.
the like the common like gags of the show is like they just gotta like they have to like trick him
How are we gonna
into
get him
getting
on
onto a plane. Yeah, exactly.
How are we gonna teleport Tombstone?
Hmm.
Perfect.
I have an idea. Now,
Yeah, you could Fireboy, you could be expecting a present later.
a present.
Oh yeah, big time.
You gonna
Big
shit in my
old
bed or something?
No.
Insight.
No.
I have a feeling that's quite the big lie there. It's a 13.
Deception. 9. Maybe I
That's really
haven't done
good.
it yet, but I'm gonna.
I'm just gonna look at Tombstone and just roll my eyes. Thanks for the heads up.
So at this point, the clattering in the kitchen will kind of subside a bit as Julius walks into the room carrying a large pot, and he puts it, puts on the table. Breakfast is ready. As he gets like a ladle, kind of dips it in, takes out the spoon, and puts it on your plate.
What is it?
and it is soup.
Kind of soup.
Just like your typical, like, you know, like, let's say potato soup.
Yuck.
Can I?
Yuck.
As he dishes it out on each of y'all's plate.
I'm gonna. The plate or the bowl?
Plate.
Oh.
Hey, hey, can I get that in a bowl? In my bowl here.
What do you
Julius?
mean? As he like puts up the plate and like it's like containing it. It's not like spilling out everywhere. It's like containing
Oh.
it. It's just like a very little amount.
Well, I think it'd be a little easier to eat it out of the bowl, just because won't be as thin layered.
I was told you eat breakfast on a plate.
Yeah, most breakfasts, but when it's a soup like this, you usually eat it in a bowl.
I see. As he
You gotta
Julius,
look.
have you
look
heard
you gotta match the food and the time to what you need. Okay, if you're gonna have a liquid food kind of thing, that usually goes in a bowl. Soup would be a liquid type of food that goes in a bowl.
But
whether
this is a potato soup. Potatoes are solid.
But the potatoes are, but they're in the soup. So it's called potato soup. So overall, it's a soup.
Julius kind of looks at the pot. There's still so much to learn about humans.
Tombstone will dive down into his chair from the chandelier, kick off, and poof, right in front of Julius. I prefer it this way. He'll take up the plate and go, like, just like start licking it up like a dog.
Ah, yes, Master Tombstone. I'm so happy you are enjoying it.
The proper way to eat a liquid.
Uh-huh.
Julius will leave, return with bowls, and lay them out, and he'll keep like the pot in the center with like the ladle, so you can go and get as much as you want.
Does it smell it before? Does Tombstone look like he's getting sick eating it?
No.
Okay. Just making sure. Okay. I'll eat the potato soup then. Just making sure.
All right. It's
I'm
actually
wary
for the
here.
first time not terrible that Julius has made. Like before, I mean, he's burnt things. He's just like created concoctions of chaos and put it on a plate. But this is the first time it's like, granted, it's not like, you know, like you wouldn't expect this at a restaurant, but it's like
Not bad.
it's not bad. Like if
Like,
you were-
like a good first try. Like a good first try.
yeah, yeah, good first try.
I'm gonna eat my soup. Maybe Julius has some potential with cooking. You know what? When we pass by my home, I'm gonna see if my mom will teach him how to bake. Maybe he's good at that. Maybe he can be good at that.
Hey, yo, Julius,
Yes, Master Tombstone.
you got any cheese back there?
Cheese. Yes, I do believe I have some cheese. As you know,
I'd love some cheese.
you'll turn around and then like head back to the kitchen for a little bit. And then he'll come back and you'll like he's holding like a yellow cube and he puts it down in front of you.
Pick it up.
That's butter.
Mm. Tombstone puts it in his soup and gets another ladle of hot soup and puts it over the top.
Like melts it.
Melts it, yeah.
Julius, the soup was good.
Well, thank you,
Thank
Master
for making
Phelan.
it. Yeah. You know where Mara's at by any chance this morning?
I do not. I think she is going and running some errands with the current noble families within Oldreach.
Gotcha. You know where Karu might be at either?
Last time I saw Karu, he was out very early this morning.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
And so y'all continue to eat your breakfast until suddenly you hear a knock at the castle door.
Go to the castle door.
So you go there and you open it, and they're sitting kind of like on the steps leading up to the grand wooden doors. You see two people. You see Saul Nyan, and who you'd recognize to be his grandmother next to him.
Saul, good to see you.
That was my favorite delinquents doing.
Dude, we're doing
Just
great.
kidding about that. I took care of that a long time ago. Don't worry. There's no orders out for your arrest right now. At least as far as I know.
I know you sure took care of it.
Oh,
what
that's
can I do
right.
for you?
We're in. Oh no.
Yeah, I mean, a little birdie told me that y'all were back, and so I had to see y'all with my own eyes. You remember my my grandmother?
Yeah, yeah. It's,
Oh yeah, I remember that senile old bag.
Yeah, and,
Excuse him. Yeah. What's going on? How's everything going here back here in the city?
well, things have been busy to say the least. We've had a lot of activity in the past couple weeks here. You remember those Gintani people? The guy, whose party we crashed, so to say.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
ones who
the
were.
Katsu stable I pissed on.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Yeah, the ones who were trying to take over. Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't really like that. They formed an alliance with another noble family. Now they're trying to take me down, so that's great. But outside of that, I've just been, keeping things in charge. Just me and Gam Gam over here, taking care of everything. As you see,
Pretty good.
and then you kind of look over to his grandmother, and she's just kind of like dead stare, just like looking around slowly. And she looks around. She looks and she looks at Eitri, right? Now Gam Gam isn't the tallest of people, so she sees Eitri, and you see her kind of put herself upright, kind of fluff her hair a bit, smiling at Eitri.
Oh
Uh oh. Does E3 see? Like, is he like watching?
You can see it, yeah.
I leaned at Tombstone. Oh boy, it's gonna be a long day, isn't it?
no. I'm interested to see where this goes.
As
You can look at Tombstone in horror.
Saul continues just kind of talking, giving updates.
Cool.
Was there anything you want to do, Eitri, or because I heard you talking?
Oh, did it not like go through?
I didn't hear it. No.
Oh, I said, his eyes sort of like get wide, sort of like kind of like he's surprised, and then he's like, trying to like awkwardly like stand like kind of like position his arms or like fidget or something like, because he's sort of like awkward or like anxious or he doesn't really know like where to like how to put himself.
He's still kind of just like.
Skip the formalities. He rolls to seduce.
So.
Yeah, he doesn't say anything. He's just standing there. He doesn't.
Yeah.
He doesn't want any
He's
part
just
of
kind
it.
of uncomfortably shifting on his
Yeah,
feet,
pretty much.
not really knowing like, okay, what do I do here?
Yeah.
Yep.
For some better reference, just your description. How old is Gam Gam?
I mean, she's got like kind of your typical like white grandma style like hair, or whatever. Think of like I don't know. I don't even know what those hairstyles are called, but she's about like her head comes to about midway on Saul, and she's got a cane that she's using to kind of like move or whatever. And she's definitely aged. I'll say that.
Like, Carter's gonna have a weird search history.
What does that mean?
I searched up grandma and then went to images to find something to send for this. So, are we talking like? I don't want to use any real ones.
I just know
I
Eitri
don't-
thinking in his head he doesn't want any part of this.
If I were to like relate it to something, oh,
We talking up in a haha funny.
okay.
Ugh, it didn't work. Hold on.
Like
There
I'm
we
trying to think.
go. We talking like this?
No, definitely not like your like old like homely grandma type vibe.
Not that far. Not that old.
No, that old, but more of the just I don't know how else to put
Or
it.
decrepit?
No, I don't know how else to put it. I can't find something to relate it to right now.
Is this an attractive game or not? I'm trying to know
Not
what
an,
what
not an,
ways
not
you-
as not a without with lack of a better term, it's no gilf. So
It's no Sin's mom, but you know.
yeah, exactly. It's definitely not Sin's mom.
Ooh.
So, anyways, but so Saul continues talking. He's like, yeah, that's actually one of the reasons I came here. Well, first of all, I wanted to get an update. You know, y'all been some traveling. So how have things been for you guys?
Pretty standard, you know. A lot of traveling. We've been in the tribal lands until yesterday.
Tribal lands. Okay, well, I've dealt with a few Goliaths from there. Interesting people. Very weird. Very
Oh, you know,
strange.
just the normal stuff, you know, traveling around tribal lands, slaying giant rock birds, scramble eggs, their children, you know, casually fighting off dragons and just stopping gods from entering the mortal plane.
Wow, sounds like you've been busy.
He's actually not lying about any of it. So yeah, we have been busy.
You hear that? You hear that? Gam Gam is kind of like nudges her. Instead of talking about gods in the mortal plane, maybe that's where you're. Anyways, so one of the reasons I came here is, you know, those Gintani people, those cats as I like to call them.
Who do you need murdered, Saul?
No death, no death. We're trying to play a political game here, okay?
Whose table do you need pissed on, Saul?
Closer. So there's, like I said, the Gintani family. That's who they are. They came in and they made an alliance with another noble family. This time of some Dragonborn. They're called the Korin, and they're kind of making this alliance and trying to take me down politically. So all I wanted y'all to do was kind of under my name, go in there and just kind of, you know, flex your muscles a bit, if you catch my drift.
I'm sorry. I think I misheard you. Did you say Dragonborn?
Yeah, some Dragonborn noble family.
I
They
get ready to
claim to
hold
be-
Tombstone back.
They claim to be distantly related to the Helians back from, like, you know, 50 or so years ago.
Tombstone just quietly starts tensing really tight. His eyes get intense
I
and
just-
kind of wild.
I put
The
my hand on
veins in his
Tombstone's
neck
shoulder.
start bulging.
I put my hand on Tombstone's shoulder and just kind of like give
Yeah.
a friendly squeeze.
They came from the Rhydon Kingdom, or Rhydon Empire, whatever they're calling themselves nowadays. And well, a lot of them are of the, you know, blue and green colors. But those are Tombstone. Is he all right?
He's fine. He's fine. Yeah.
More than fine.
Tombstone. You cannot
I'm
kill
looking
any of them.
forward to this.
Well then,
Do you have any jobs that don't involve Dragonborn?
well, right now,
Specifically for somebody of Tombstone's expertise, perhaps you might need.
Oh no, this is my expertise.
No Tombstone. No Tombstone. No Tombstone.
Well,
Your
the-
You
expertise
said
is
he
not
needed somebody to flex some muscles, right?
It's
I'll
not-
flex them all right. I'll
diplomatically.
flex my muscles straight through the sternum.
no killing. Listen,
No,
buddy.
Diplomatically.
Figuratively speaking.
I'm about to meet up with another noble
Figuratively
family.
speaking,
right?
of course.
Here's another-
There's-
Another way you can help me is I'm about to have a meeting with another noble family. Okay, they're called the Hassans. All right, and there's some lizard folk. Okay, so what I'm trying to do is get them on my side, and
What do you do? Calling me a lizard?
no,
That's extremely racist, Saul.
I
How dare you imply I come with you to help you get lizards on your side?
kind of like scratch his head. I mean, I knew I was racist, but I didn't know that was like. Can I be like? How is that racist?
No, that's totally true. I am a lizard.
Oh, okay. Well, if you want to come help me, you know, make me look a little good in front of this meeting, that'd be nice. But hey, I don't think I need help there. So I'm more worried about those guys because if I get in the good terms with Hassan, then we can have a kind of two versus two rather
yeah.
than a 2v1.
Obviously, it's clear what I need to do, though. My talents definitely lie in the thing opposite of diplomacy.
Well, we want this is like aggressive diplomacy, okay? We want intimidation here, not
Eh,
murder.
Or injury.
well, if they're
Or
just a
urination.
little. What about half death? What if I mostly kill them?
Unless they threaten your life, no. Well, I mean, I can't. I
Perfect.
literally can't stop you, but I'm not gonna claim you.
I can work with that.
Okay, that's all I need to know. Anyways, there's no deadline on this, so whenever y'all have time, I'll try to I'll show you where, or I'll write on a map where their estate is essentially, and y'all can go and just kind of, like I said, remind them why the Nyans are in control. Yeah. While Saul
Not
has
killing
been,
them or seriously maiming them.
while Saul has been kind of breaking this down, Gam has been like looking over at Atri and like slowly like inching over there with her cane, slowly moving like at such a slow pace that like Saul hasn't even noticed. And she eventually gets like not like right next to Atri, like Theodore could like easily walk between them with plenty of room, but she gets kind of closer. Hi there.
Hold on. Dang, I don't. All my
That's,
spells are like
He's
dangerous
speechless.
things.
Oh, he's really gonna kill her.
That's a nice beard you have there.
Let's see.
Bet you Gam is just wild too, though.
I bet
She's
Gam
gonna
Gam
say the most.
was
she's
I
gonna
bet
say the
Gam
most
Gam
out of
was hot
pocket
when she was 20.
She was a
Yeah,
baddie.
She's gonna say the most out of pocket thing.
All right. Eitri is gonna cast jump.
He's gonna get out of there.
No, he's gonna cast it on her, and he just sort of like pats her on the shoulder and says like, "Well, thank you," and then like
Cast jump.
like leaves. Yeah, like cast jump. And does she like step and then she'll jump, or like does she have to actually like try to jump?
I think she has to try to jump, but it lasts. How long does jump last? Like an hour?
It says a minute.
A minute? Okay. Interesting. So
Okay, so I need to get her to jump. So I'll dang, how am I gonna do this? Like without turning her on.
So after
Oh my god! Oh my god!
oh my gosh! So after you like pat her on the shoulder and she just like kind of fluffs her hair again. Are you
Let's
one
see.
of them heroes that Saul keeps talking about?
I
That
suppose.
Sully keeps talking about?
I suppose.
Mm.
I am standing here, aren't I?
He's said y'all done some pretty impressive things. You must be very strong.
Well, and then I jump, just like normally because I didn't cast it on myself.
Right?
And I tell her, why don't you show me how high you can jump?
Oh, these knees are not what they used to be.
Oh, come on, you give it a try.
Well, if you want me to use my knees, I may get them to work. And she kind of gives a little bit of a hop. and proceeds to like leap at least like 2 or so feet in the air.
Oh, that's it.
It's only
She's
3 times how much she can jump.
Yeah, it's
she,
only
she
like
probably
3.
can't jump very much.
Wait, is it
Please
3
tell
times?
me she doesn't stick the landing.
3 times? Okay.
Triples your jumping
Yeah,
distance.
so about like 2 or so feet. Maybe
Dang.
closer to 3. Maybe closer to 3 feet.
Please tell me she doesn't stick the landing.
She jumps and like is immediately taken aback like by how high she just jumped. And so Saul has been like showing Phelan and probably Briar and Tombstone like where on the map the estate is. He's like, yeah, so if you take a left up here, oh my god, as he sees Gam, he's like, as he kind of jumps and leaves as she Saul barely catches her as she like nearly just flops on the ground.
I look directly to Eitri.
Cam, your knees haven't worked out well in ages. What happened?
Eitri says, she's been healed!
I've been healed. This young man has healed me. Looks at Eitri.
Eitri kind of takes a step away, like,
You can
He
heal
doesn't
people?
wanna- but who's asking?
Saul.
I say, well, I guess.
He helps. He gets Gam back on her feet, kind of gets her steady, then kind of walks over and leans in. You can heal her knees. I've got a back that's been having an issue for some really long times now. Only in the mornings though. It's weird. For like an hour, I'll just be hunched over like a hunchback, almost as bad as Gam over there. Can you can you take care of that for me?
Maybe. And then I cast jump on him.
He goes like, oh, I think it worked. I have a little bit of a pep in my step.
And I say, why don't you try to jump and see how it feels?
I've never had a problem jumping, but oh, I have an idea. I'll hang. How about that? Because that's what I have to do in the mornings. I have to hang. He starts looking around for something to hang from.
I mean, literally?
I mean, not like, but like I'm talking just like hanging from like a bar or whatever. I saw Thunar doing something he calls pull-ups earlier, and so again I've been trying to do that as well, but my back keeps getting in the way. Let's see here as he looks around for something to hang from.
Well, I bet you if usually if you're healed, it means you can jump high for at least just a little bit, not too long, but just a little bit of time. And so you might be able to reach the chandelier up there.
Why not try? Why not try, right? And he walks over and is like, I used to be the, high jump champion, okay? In the academy here in Oldreach. So, sit back and watch. And he kind of
I'm sure you still
himself,
are.
looks up, and then he's like, kind of bracing himself, like, oh, I haven't done this in years. And he jumps and gets like 15 feet in the air. And easily grabs the chandelier and starts hanging from it, and is again also shocked. Gam looks up, just he's been healed too. And he looks toward Eitri. You're a miracle worker. Starts walking in for a hug.
Ooh, Gam?
Yes, Gam.
I cast jump on myself,
Jump away.
and I also jump up to the chandelier. If I can.
Saul, who's now hanging a good amount in the air, it's like, no, how do I get down from? Oh, hey, Tree. Hey, have you done this often? How do you get down from this normally? Okay, my thoughts exactly.
I guess just drop and stick the landing.
I'd like to walk back. Can I cast Dimension Door and get Saul down?
Sure, yeah. You can do that.
I'll cast Dimension Door, like step up, pull him through the door, and appear back on the ground. There you go.
Kind of dust himself
And then I
off,
yell
even though
down. I yell down and say, "Oh yeah, usually a Phelan works pretty good too."
Yeah, claps, kind of pats Phelan on the shoulder. Yeah, this guy seems pretty handy to have around a lot of time.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at cleaning up. Yep, and getting people off of chandeliers. So,
I'm sure you are.
yeah.
Galen, if he
Each
dies when he falls, can I eat him? I've always wondered what dwarf tastes like.
no,
Do I hear
definitely
that?
not.
I don't think he was being quiet.
You hear that?
I say, "Are you out of your mind? I've never tasted what cobalt tastes like."
You should try it sometime. It's quite delicious, actually.
He has a very
Everyone just
uh,
looks at Tombstone like, what?
Tombstone.
What? Only the strong survive.
Gam just looks completely unfazed.
Oh, yeah.
She knows what I'm talking about. Looks like she had to eat a few humans back in the day. Probably why she's all.
I just look back and forth between Gam and Tombstone. I think it's about time we go and meet up with this diplomacy. Let's
Diplomacy's a word for it.
diplomacy without maiming or death.
All right, well, again, as always, I appreciate you guys.
So you couldn't have picked a better man for the job.
I knew I could count on you guys. Anyways, come on, Gam, let's go to that meeting. They're gonna have brunch there.
As everybody starts to walk away, I'm gonna turn back, walk back to Saul real quick, and I'm gonna. You might want to have your A game ready for when we come back. You know how predictable Tombstone is. Yeah.
Yeah, trust me. I'm counting on him. I'm counting on that. Listen, I'm a political mastermind, okay? I trust that y'all will do exactly what I want y'all to do.
All right, sounds good. Well, good luck with the lizard folk with the Hassan.
Thank you. I heard that their eating is a little odd. They don't have any utensils. They don't even eat with the hands either. It's like all with their tongue.
That is weird.
Yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna fare in this one, so I'll let you know.
Yeah. I don't know. Good luck.
And he and Gam leave, and as Gam leaves, she turns around to Eitri, who's still hanging from the chandelier, and he does a little like finger wag goodbye.
Eitri gives her the finger. I'm kidding. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, that doesn't happen. That doesn't happen.
No, that
Cade gives
definitely
Seth
happened.
the finger.
And they.
Kate, it couldn't have been a hot chick at least.
Well, when they leave, Eitri starts swinging on the chandelier and then does like a somersault and sticks a Spider-Man landing.
Roll acrobatics for me to see how well you stick this.
Wow.
Let him get away with that.
Good thing I'm proficient in acrobatics.
He is an agile dwarf.
And of
Same.
course, I roll low, but I get a 9.
So you successfully execute the somersault, right? And you're going and you're like, all right, this is gonna be a perfect, superhero Spider-Man landing on the ground. If you had hit the ground, unfortunately, you hit the part like the edge of the table,
Oh.
and so you like you stick your knee, but like your fist or whatever, where you're gonna like land or whatever, doesn't have any. It's just kind of air, so you kind of just fall over and roll to the ground a little bit as you land.
Well, am I quick to think? And when I realize that, like while it's happening, I sort of like stick the rolling pretty well.
You see Eitri like pretty much eat it onto like the edge of the table, roll it a little bit, and then like go back into like a pose as he lands.
Okay,
Nice.
let's go be some diplomats.
That's a word for it.
Oh boy.
Oh, wait a second.
Can't
I
this
got-
just
I
be a
gotta-
normal field trip, Miss
I,
Frizzle?
got- I gotta go upstairs and get my stuff. I'll run and go up to the attic of the castle. I'll don my chainmail armor, grab my halberd, run back downstairs. All right, let's do this.
Can't this just be a normal field trip, Miss Frizzle?
With Tombstone? No way!
Meme must meme.
I'm memeing it right now. That has to that
That's
no
too
way not.
perfect.
that's too good. Alright, hold on.
Can't
Let's
this
see.
be a normal trip?
No
With
way.
Tombstone?
With Tombstone? No way.
Oh,
All right.
Oh yeah, here we go. Here we go.
cruising on down Old Reach.
Ah, that's so
oh,
good.
this is perfect.
Well played. Well played.
Anyways, so you so you start walking and you have to go through the market to get to this estate of these nobles. And so you start walking down there, you know, pretty familiar atmosphere that you've been around. Like you've taken plenty of trips to the market, so you don't really have to use the map too much. Just once you get to the market, you will. And so as you start going down, yeah, everyone roll me a perception as you kind of get down and into the market.
Oh. First roll of the night. Natural 1.
Oh,
21.
ooh,
There you go.
Oh, yes. Beautiful.
Tombstone, no way. That's perfect.
Oh, the little lizard in the picture.
That's perfect.
so good.
Oh my gosh, it's Tombstone.
It's so good. Okay.
I'm just
what-
staring
what do
at
we-
you. Can't
Perception.
you let this be a normal field trip?
What are we
No.
rolling again?
Perception.
Perception. Okay. 10. I also rolled notoriously low.
Okay. Well, thankfully he's not really trying to hide too much.
21.
21. But like as you're going to the market, Eitri and Briar would be the first to notice him. You're walking through and kind of like off on like to the side of like, because there's like the way I picture it, there's like multiple. You know how like in the mall you have like one giant aisle, but there's like kiosks in the middle, so you kind of have these two lanes or whatever. It's kind of like that, but like in an open air market where you have like stalls in the middle and two lanes. And on like the lane to next to y'all, walking by, you see Karu, kind of past y'all. Briar and Eitri.
Oh, Karu.
Is it you calling out his name?
Yeah.
And he kind of like to kind of like stop.
What's
Like he's
up,
like
man?
looking around like very intently, and he sees you guys. He's like, oh, kind of scratches by his head. He's like, oh, hey guys.
Is he carrying flowers by any chance?
No, he's not.
Dang it. Come on, Karu. Get the lady some
What
flowers.
you shopping for? Wait.
I'm trying so hard.
What am I shopping for?
Yeah.
Or who are you shopping for?
He kind of like gets close to the party. What are you guys doing here? Aren't y'all supposed to be resting?
Hey, we asked you first, man.
I got bored.
Well, I guess.
We're doing a little favor for Saul. He stopped by and we were talking with him.
Oh.
Yeah. Diplomacy.
Oh.
Well, diplomacy. Something.
Diplomacy.
I see. Well, don't cause too much of a trouble in Old Reach.
Don't worry. Been there, done that.
Yeah. I know.
But we're back to what Brian was asking. What are you shopping for?
You see, actually, Briar, can I talk to you for a second?
I guess so.
The rest of y'all can, go about, what you want to do, or we're going to do.
I'll step to a nearby stall.
As he kind of like shuffles away with Briar. This
I'm
is
straining to hear. I am
That was
straining
interesting.
to
I
hear.
feel quite left out.
this is
Oh, well.
Just kidding. I'm not. Phelan has no experience with
This
women, so he has
is-
no idea what he's doing.
kind of hard to ask, but seeing as you're an elf as well, what do elven women like?
Oh my. I'm not certain. See, everyone is different. So, is there a specific elven woman you're referring to?
Kind of like looks over his shoulder, like almost anticipating someone's like hearing, like listening on the conversation.
Oh, I am totally from wherever I'm at. If I can.
He looks over, sees like Phelan, who's like this, and just back to whatever he was looking at.
Looking very intently at
Newspaper.
Yeah. You see, it's Mara's birthday soon.
Oh.
And well, I'm hoping to, you know, maybe get her something because she's done that for me in the past, and well, I, you know, wanted to return the favor.
Oh, well, that's very kind of you. What
And
kind of stuff
romantic.
has she gotten you?
Kind of like Sky said. Well, I mean, I don't think she'd like the same thing.
Well, I know, but it's usually the intention behind the gifts that matter rather than the gift itself. So if it's something that you enjoy, then maybe you'd give her like a craft or something. But if you'd like, I could definitely figure out something she'd like to get.
What do you mean by that?
I could do a bit of spying.
You mean like
could do a bit-
ask her?
No,
Okay.
I just watched.
Okay. Wait, spying.
What
Hold
you
on. No,
want?
I don't want you to spy on her.
Why not?
Cause that's just weird, right?
Not if she doesn't know.
That's even weirder.
Yeah, maybe for you. She wouldn't know, and then she'd get a really good gift. And imagine how great she'd feel. She'd think you were awesome. She'd think, how does he know? He knows me so well.
No, we're not spying on her. I don't feel comfortable with that.
Well, we don't have to spy on her. It can just be me.
Nobody's spying on her.
Well, what do they got in this store, Karu? What do you want to get her? Flowers? Boring.
A nice dinner.
He kind of looks over to
Ooh.
Eitri, like
That's a good idea.
he
You should
hears
take
a voice that looks around and looks down.
What does she do? What does she like?
I don't know.
What if you get her a customized birthday cake?
A custom-made cake.
Or a
Yes.
new weapon, like a custom knife or something.
Eitri.
He like perks his eye, like his eyebrow up. That's not a bad idea.
I woke up. Listen. Okay, all right.
Were you listening too?
Yes, obviously. But anyway, that's not the point. Okay,
I
listen.
should have been
listen.
using thieves' cant.
I don't know what that is, but I don't care. Listen. The customized weapon. That's a cool idea. Okay, that's a cool idea. But you know, I mean, if you want it to be something that that like just shows her how much you appreciate her and the thing, how she's been such a good friend to you. And I wink towards Briar, and then because obviously, but then then maybe get her something. I don't know. Is there anything that when you see it makes you think of her?
That's good.
Like something that
sorry.
reminds you of her, maybe whenever she's not around.
Oh, that's sweet. That's good. I like pat Phelan on the back and give him a thumbs up. This is good
Thank you.
stuff. This is good stuff.
Thank you. I've
Yeah,
never done this
listen,
myself, but this is what my mom used to tell me.
Should have pulled Phelan aside instead of me. Dang.
Well, you've I'll think about that. I'll see if anything catches my eye.
I'll say the only reason I could think of that. Okay, look, I'm just telling you from what my mother's told me. That's what my dad did for her. So, and I'm just saying. If you're worried about it because she's an elven woman, my mom's an elven woman, and I know that worked on her. She said so. Do with what you will.
What do you mean worked?
Ah, well, that's apparently one of the things my dad did whenever they, early on when in their relationship.
He's kind of like cocks his head, like, huh?
Uh-oh.
It's a good gift. That's what it means. Like she really appreciated it when my dad got her something like that.
And their friendship grew.
Hmm. Yeah.
Well, thank you for the advice. He looks at you like all sternly. Speak nothing of this to the others.
You know what? That's fair. That's fair. Thunar might not be able to keep it quiet, so I won't tell him.
I'll start my Mara watch as soon as we leave.
No, you
I'll
won't.
get back to you.
No, you won't. And if I learn about that, there's gonna be consequences.
Oh no! What kind?
I'll decide that later.
Dire. Okay. Well,
As Karu kind of like, it's like, well, you get back to what you'll be doing, and I'll see if I can figure something out.
good luck.
Since we're here and Mara's birthday is coming up, I'm gonna go get her a gift to show her how much I care about her.
So he'll turn around, and like as he turns around, he like puts up his hood this time.
I think we should all get her a gift. That'd be fun. No, nobody else.
I think she needs to get one from Karu.
Oh, fine. Be like that. I am a woman. It is different.
That's fair.
Tombstone's just
I
waiting
haven't gotten gifts for
patiently
women.
in between a couple market stalls, like
tapping his
arms,
foot.
arms crossed, tapping his foot.
Okay, let's go. Look, let's get going. Tombstone gets any more aggravated, and he will kill somebody. So
And y'all walk over, and Tombstone just goes, "Girl troubles."
not mine.
I figured. Man's love struck. I should
Oh.
tell him what I did to get my wife.
Huh?
What did you do to get your wife?
Where is your wife?
Who is your?
I'm gonna look at Eitri. Eitri.
Well, you see, courting a kobold woman, really easy, very simple. Also, 100% effective. You kill any man that looks at her funny.
Oh, then she has nobody else to date, so it's perfect.
Exactly.
Can't say I agree with it, but I could see how that would be effective.
I slaughtered at least 50.
Would definitely.
I
work
lost. I lost track after 36.
Dead gum.
Your wife must have been very desirable amongst your people.
She was smoking. Literally, she could breathe fire. She was she had a leftover draconic trait.
That's pretty cool.
It was hot.
Literally and figuratively.
You get where I'm going.
Yeah, sure. I have
And
very little experience with women, but
And
yeah.
he just like deadpan, like stops, like smiling. He looks at Eitri and goes, "Don't ask me what happened to my wife."
My bad, man.
My bad.
All right, we gotta go do some murder. I mean diplomacy.
Diplomacy, no murdering.
You keep saying that.
I'm hoping it sticks one of the times.
I don't
Alright.
know. Saul seemed like he kept saying murder. In my opinion, I don't know.
I think that he's okay. I mean, look, he's probably okay with you hurting somebody, but murdering might not go. We are supposed to be representing him. Murdering might not be the best move.
All right.
That was easy.
I'm just saying. Saul said, and I quote, "Unless they threaten you with death, then you
Oh,
can murder them." So,
I mean,
if they threaten me with death, I have the green light.
that's
Figuratively
self-defense.
speaking, I don't know why a green light would be relevant, but
I don't what? Look. I see the logic in that one. I'm not gonna stop you if that occurs. I'll probably help you. So, but hopefully, it doesn't come to that point.
well, I'm thinking, and this is just a thought, but if I can make them threaten me with death by insulting their mother, then I'd be able to kill them.
It's a strategy.
It's something. Oh man, this is gonna be difficult. Okay, let's just go.
I'm just pulling your leg, Phelan. I don't really actually have to murder anybody.
Phelan looks at you doubtingly.
Press
X
X
out.
out.
Tombstone, you're gonna make my hair even lighter colored than it is. I'm gonna have silver hair after all this.
Listen, one murderer to another.
I'm gonna look at Tombstone.
My goodness.
I'm not even gonna respond.
Tombstone knows what he said.
So
It's
walking walking through the market and going the rest of the way, you kind of come up to this manor looking more estate building. It's not the same building that the Gentani were in when you first went there. This one's a little bit more permanent because that one looked like so they're just kind of like renting it out. This one looks like an actual establishment. The kind of architecture you'd remember looks kind of very similar to the Helion manor that y'all were at before. For those who have seen that one, but it looks like a lot newer, a lot more, a lot cleaner, and in good shape than the other manor. As you walk up to it, and in the front there are two kind of, I guess, guards that have blue scales and are kind of sitting out there and dutifully.
I'll walk up.
Hey, ugly.
Just kind of let's look at you like yes.
Oh, you're slow too. Great. We're here on official diplomatic business.
And do you have an appointment with them?
We're
Yeah.
here on behalf of Sol 9.
Like one of the guards, he looks at one of the guards. They nod. He kind of walks inside while the other one stays. Time, silence passes.
I just lock eyes with him.
Are you trying to threaten me?
My tongue lolls out and licks my eyeball, and then goes back in.
Ugh.
Is this gonna take much longer?
They are asking if it is okay for representatives of the Nyan family to enter. I assume that the two families are deliberating right now. Not too long after, the door opens with the other guard, and he just nods. Follow me. As the
Straighten my
doors
straighten my
kind
cloak.
of swing open and into this vast foyer with like a nice hardwood with like a rug over it. And they take you into this foyer with like a grand staircase to the left. But you turn right into like this more sitting area that looks like a kind of like a parlor room, except like in the middle there's like this giant kind of meeting table that's been moved in there. And there's like a bunch of different you see some tabaxis and some dragonborn, all with blue or green scales, kind of sitting down. Everything's kind of more hushed now, and you notice that like all the papers that were out have been like turned face down, as they all kind of like, sit there expectingly, waiting for you. And
Is
so
it
the
morning?
guard- It's about like it's about like early afternoon, so like maybe like 12 or 11.
Okay.
And so the two guards kind of put you in there, and then the one Gintani that you recognize, I forgot their name, but it was the leader, kind of like looks and just kind of like narrows his eyes at you,
Tombstone just looks at him and smiles.
and just, thank you. You can leave them here. And then the guards kind of nod and return to their post. And then a blue dragonborn at the head of the table kind of leans forward on the table. And why are you here?
We've come on behalf of Soul 9. We've just returned back into town. We've heard that there's been some disagreements between your families and his. We just would like to get your input on that.
Disagreements. He looks over toward the Gintani. They kind of exchange a glance. We have no outstanding conflict with Saul 9 or his family.
No outstanding conflicts, but it's not hard for anyone to tell that you covet his power in the city.
Yes, we are currently trying to persuade the city that his leadership is inadequate. Not that he is a bad leader, but that he simply does not have the resources to lead now. And we do.
That's an interesting statement. That's an interesting statement. And remind me your name and your family. I'm still getting myself quite familiar with your areas and people.
We are the Corin family. And as he looks, and this is the Gintani family. As a person, we've met.
Yes, I've met you all.
Oh yeah, I seem to remember a dinner where you tried to swindle Saul and his family out of their rightful place with underhanded tactics.
I did not try to swindle him. I tried to influence him to see a good option.
Influence using drugs usually involves swindling.
He just glares at you.
He looks over to I look over to the Dragonborn guys. Did you know this is the kind of person you're working with? Somebody who would manipulate aggressively under the influence of malicious
We understand that the Gintani family is an up-and-coming noble one and is eager to get their tail in the door, so to say. In fact, we coming from Rhydon, we understand what it means to try to get every political edge. That's why we joined with them.
So you think that in the Jaded Wilds, just what the city needs is a leadership that relies on underhanded and dishonest, cowardly. I think that's a good word. Cowardly tactics.
They are no longer relying on those tactics now that they have us.
That's fair for now. But let's say, let me see. You guys are looking to take place in up in the Nine family, who's been, for generations been leading this city. What makes you think that a partnership between the two of you is gonna last forever?
Our own politics is none of your concern.
Oh, but it quite is. You see, if you were to somehow, usurp the power from the Nine family, then that puts you all in charge, and then, well, we have to deal with another political struggle, and, well, we have business in these regions, and, well, as that is, we'll be frequently around, and would like to make sure that our greatest ally in the region would, the city of Oldreach, the people that we care about and have protected on multiple occasions, would not fall under some corrupt form of government.
He kind of just like rolls his eyes. Yes, Nothing will change into any of the trading or business that happens within this city. We've promised that already. And you said that you've protected the city. Are you the army that Saul claimed he had that was away?
Only part.
Part of it.
He kind of looks over at the four of you. Is the other part bigger?
You could say that. Do you require some sort of demonstration?
They say in unison. And he's kind of like,
Can
I'll go ahead and conjure a flame. I have no problem demonstrating the skills that we have to you all, if that would convince you.
Can I disguise self Thunar? Like,
disguise stuff. That's a spell, right?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm just like,
We're standing in front of them, so
Yeah.
they see you change, though.
yeah, that's fine. I'm not trying to really disguise myself. I'm just kind of demonstrating the other manpower we have. Yeah.
So yeah, you turn. So Phelan starts playing with fire. Phelan starts looking like Thunar and like grows almost like a good, 3 feet.
At like 5 feet, I think.
5 feet? Oh jeez.
How tall is he?
He's like
He's
7
7
something. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess 3 feet, yeah.
Okay. 3 feet actually. That's crazy.
Yeah, Briar's like 2 feet tall, apparently.
Short elf. Yeah, and so then sees that. And he just kind of like looks and like, really? You're going to resort to violence?
No. Of course. I'm only asking you a question if you like a demonstration, because it seems that you doubt our abilities. And well,
Thunar would never result to violence.
but anyways, not here to fight or be violent. Nah. We only do those with people who threaten us.
If it's strength you're trying to portray, as he stands up, and like he breathes out, and as he breathes out, like you kind of see this like crystalline kind of breath kind of come out from his mouth and form into like a sword in front of him, and as he grabs it. You're not the only one who has gifts. As he like slams it into the table and then sits back down.
Riveting. Looks like child's play to me.
Ichi grabs his bow and an arrow from the back. Doesn't like get into position, but he like just holds it.
Banter aside. We will continue to support Sol 9. And if that means that you are opposing, well, I feel like we would like to have discussions, perhaps, see if there's some way we can come to an agreement of some sorts, or
If Saul
an
9 would like to
understanding.
talk, he can certainly do so himself.
It's interesting to see. The problem is it's kind of hard to trust people who are allied with those who once tried to use cowardly tactics. I'm sure that you can understand why he wouldn't want to put himself in that sort of position again.
So he does not trust that the Korin would be able to hold their leash on the Gintani well enough? And after he says that, like the Gintani's sitting on the side, like,
Gintani.
just like
I look at the
snaps
Gintani
his
and
head.
said, "Oh, so you're a little kitty on the leash now."
He looks back at Tombstone with like, just like every time he looks back at Tombstone, his glare is just getting harder and harder.
Oh, so not so much of a partnership then, I guess. If I didn't realize that the Gintani were subservient to the Korans again. That's my apologies. I had a
It's good to
mistaken
see that
relationship.
the old Dragonborn honor is about as worthless as a pile of dragon shit.
He slams his face on the table. The Dragonborn honor is as alive and well as ever.
That's
Our
interesting.
partnership here.
Beg to differ. Slug.
I seem to remember recently, kind of one of our early dealings in the city had to do with the Dragonborn demolishing or attempting to demolish and massacring the Nine family. Member of the Helion family. That wouldn't have any relations to you, would it?
Y'all haven't really interacted with a lot of Dragonborn so far. Probably the one who's interacted the most might be someone like Briar, here at least, that's interacted with them the most. So y'all really don't know. And I guess Tombstone a little bit.
I would probably not the specific Dragonborn, but would have had some skirmishes
Right.
with just Dragonborn in general
Right.
and general distaste.
And
I'm totally making this harder on us because I'm totally gonna
and
make
you
them fight
have-
us.
so it's it's kind of hard for y'all to read their emotions. But Tombstone, you especially could read this emotion, and everyone, even still, you see him kind of like set his jaw as he gets like furious, and you can tell he's trying to hold back his fury right now. What happened with the Helion family is nothing connected to us. They were a splinter cell already from the Rhydon. What they did and what they attempted to do, as I've learned recently of recent events, has nothing to do with us.
Fair enough. That's you were not here. That's correct. I did not know. I didn't see any of you here at that time. Oh, but I seem to have recall hearing that you were claiming your basis on the fact that you were one of the distant relatives of the Helion family. You want yourself associated with such a psychotic break, such malicious intent.
Our intent is not connected, but admittedly, they do come from. He was of the green scales, so they do come from our place, which means that we have some say over the claiming of this city.
Fair. Well, that's fine. What are your intentions exactly? So, I mean, first off, it seems that your intention was to get some support from your underlings, the Gintani, who, with apparently limited spines, have cowered down before you and just
After
taking you
saying
at your
that,
bidding.
Gintani, like the hair, like the fur, just kind of like stands on end as
Yep.
he's like standing there.
Per my last interactions with them, I didn't, while I understood them to be using underhanded tactics, I never thought them to be pushovers to roll over and let somebody trample over them like that. They seemed
Well,
like
it's
they
in
had
their
at least some
cowardly
sort of
cat nature.
All
well, you see,
the other
I
Gintani in the room are like looking
I
at
seem
the
to
other
have
person
thought-
like, "Are you gonna do something about this?"
I'm like, I seem to have thought that they had more dignity in that, and I mean, while I would understand a partnership between the two of your houses, as that's that sounds politically better. I mean, it must make more sense that the stronger of the two would probably have to be the one in charge, and I'm
I
assuming
mean,
then
It's
that's
just
you,
like
Dragonborn.
Dragonborn to claim honor in a equal partnership, only then to dominate with their brute strength and power, just becoming the liars themselves that they claim to not be.
The Gintani like you see the claws just kind of like stick out of their fingers as they start
I look-
looking forward, and like the Korin and on the head of the table stands up very quickly. I believe it is time. You have overstayed.
I believe
your
I'm
welcome."
still not done talking.
As he like nods, and like two like green scaled Dragonborn kind of guards kind of stand up or walk up next to you. It is
Place a
time.
hand on me or attempt anything, and you will not walk out of here.
What's the
Make myself clear.
the head Dragonborn? What's his name?
You haven't. Yeah, you haven't asked his name indirectly. He's just like
Okay.
that. But you can tell he's the head of the Korin family.
I'm sorry. Is Mr. Korin afraid of a little lizard?
He grips his sword. He yanks it out of the table. Is that a challenge I'm hearing?
I only fight to the death.
Good, then I won't have to deal with you again.
Tombstone steps forward.
Not
like a
here,
green-
of course.
As he's doing this, I would
Name
like
the
to
time and place. I choose the weapons.
Fair enough. And he like turns around and like some of the other like Dragonborn are like darting their eyes between each other, like what's happening here?
As they're doing this, can I cast a message to the leader of the Gentani?
Sure.
So just make sure.
And so as Phelan's doing that, he like talks to some other prepare the back the back feed the field in the back. Prepare for prepare a makeshift dueling ring. We shall do this the proper way. As he looks to Tombstone with honor.
Of course. As is the way of a true pit fighter.
So what do you want to message him?
So a message to the leader of the Gentani. I'd be like, well, I know our first meeting was not on the best of terms. I still respected the power and dignity that you displayed, and I had hoped that in the future you and the Nine family could be great partners and allies should you come around. But, well, if I'd have realized that you wanted to be subservient to the Dragonborn, I wouldn't have bothered. But perhaps I was just mistaken about it.
You see
Maybe another time.
you see the Gentani like move his mouth, like whispering, but you can't hear it. No, nobody else can hear it, but you can hear it in your head, Phelan. He's like, we are not subservient to them. Yes, his dialect his common may not be as good as others, but I assure you we are just as much in power as they are.
I message back. Really? Seems that he just bulldozed over you. I didn't hear you get to say anything throughout this meeting. It's only been what the Koran want, and well, I understand that common might not be the best language for everybody, but I'm pretty sure his intentions are quite clear. Perhaps it was you who was drugged in your interactions with them. Maybe they persuaded you with underhanded means. I don't mean this in saying that you're less, but I would, prefer to see a productive relationship between all the houses. But it seems that this Corn family, it seemed like they only want the power for themselves.
You kind of hear him like whisper a scoff, but just like, to think that any noble family could work well together? That's a dream and a half, I've heard.
But I've witnessed many impossible things happen in my lifetime. And well, if you don't have the strength or the willpower to make it a reality, then, well, perhaps my faith in you is incompletely vain. And, well, perhaps I should have placed it in the Dragonborn instead.
He doesn't respond.
Good.
And so the head of the Corrin family will turn to Tombstone. Alright. I assume someone like you will have nothing going on within a few hours?
How bold of you to assume, wannabe dragon. But no, I'm not free. I'm not busy.
That's what I thought. Return here in a few hours once we have the dueling arena set up. And we will.
I won't be late.
And we will demonstrate which family is truly the more powerful.
Look forward to it.
So you can prepare the proper utensils. We'll fight the way of the true lizards. Naked, with spears.
Spears?
Obsidian-tipped spears if you have them.
I'll check our stocks. Of course you'd choose something primitive like that.
Of course, you'd think yourself above rolling in the dirt.
He just like scowls at you. Return. As he turns around and walks out toward the back. The guards kind of step in a
Tombstone.
little, like take another step in closer to you.
Mhm.
I didn't
I'll
put my
allow
hand up. I'm
myself to be guided out, but I won't let them touch me.
I would say
Anybody touch me
they're not touching you. They're just
Anybody
like,
gets touch
"It's
me
time to
gets
leave."
bit.
Well, anybody touches is not gonna have a good date.
So they get you, open the door, and kind of escort you out. And you hear the door close and latch behind you.
Diplomacy accomplished.
Mm. Well, this alliance seems to be fairly one-sided.
Oh, that alliance will be fractured in no time, especially after I kill their leader.
Mm-hmm. Stay. I feel like we should have. I feel like they should have some sort of audience. You know?
You're saying we should put out an announcement?
Oh, perhaps
Send
we
it
just
out via the town criers?
let's not make it an official thing. Let's just talk kind of loudly as we walk. You know? Perhaps it'll just kind of spread on its own. Well, and then we can't take credit for having spread anything out. Can't get in trouble for that, can we?
You're telling me that the leader of the Corbin family insulted the honor of the heroes of Oldreach? No,
That's what I heard.
no way.
So y'all are
I
like,
don't believe it for a second.
y'all are walking
These
through the
Dragonborn
market.
are supposed to be honorable folk, but you're telling me their honor's worth a pile of dragon shit?
Y'all are walking through the market as Tombstone is just belting this out at the like speaking with volume, just carrying his voice as far as he can.
They're also plotting another coup? No way! Who would have predicted that Dragonborn would take power with violence?
And you have some people just like, what is he going on about? Other people like, and then like you have a couple there, like couple Dragonborn, like, what's that supposed to mean?
I don't know. Well, I heard somebody's dueling their leader later.
Well, I'm glad that prestigious person will finally show that ugly Dragonborn where his place is. Blue is such a terrible color for scales.
A blue Dragonborn just like slumps his shoulders.
They say red's really in fashion.
As he strolls around in his red. Oh my gosh. So yeah, y'all walk back through the market.
I'd like to find Saul.
Where are y'all?
ASAP.
I'm saying, where are y'all going?
Did Saul say where he was gonna be?
He said he was meeting with the Hassan.
I'd like to
family.
go to wherever that meeting was gonna
Okay,
be.
yeah.
At.
I would say you can.
So I can see if he's
It
there.
wouldn't be too hard to find out where they're. Or that it's a
I'll,
noble family estate. So
I'll catch you guys later. I have to go prepare. And Tombstone looks a little bit serious as he kind of strides off, and he'll head back to the castle.
Yeah. Go talk with Thunar. See if he has anything that can help you. Anything that can help you. I don't know if he has any spells that would help him, but
I'll talk to Thunar, but this is something I have to do on my own.
But I'm
Alright.
right here.
because you still look like Thunar.
she looks like
What?
she looks like Thunar, but she does not walk like Thunar.
I'm saying, like she's not used to being this big, so occasionally she'll like brush up against something and like disturb the illusion as it like kind of reforms back.
She also like walks like way quieter than Thunar.
Yeah, there's no boom, boom.
Like
You're
arms
too
really
quiet
close to
to
the
be
sides or something,
Thunar.
you know?
Yeah.
Like arms really close, you know?
You don't feel Thunar before you hear him. So
She just like looks like she's like Thunar looks like he's walking stealthily just by like by habit.
All right, so I'll say everyone spare Tombstone. He's going off to prepare for this duel. You're able to ask around, and like I said, it's not too hard to find out where this estate is because it's like a noble estate. And so you're able to go there and find it. And
Is this where they're setting up the ring?
this
No,
is
this is
where
where
this is where Saul went because he had that other meeting.
Oh, yeah,
Because
yeah.
y'all could have chosen to go do that or go with him to this meeting. And when y'all get there, you see it's very similar looking to the one the Gentani were using when y'all met with them before. And so, and there's like just like a single guard just kind of out there in front of the door.
good afternoon. Is this the Hassan residence?
He just looks and nods.
We're with Sol 9. Is he still here?
He nods.
Could we come in and speak with him?
He kind of
It's urgent
cocks his head.
It's urgent business. I'm sorry. We were on task for him, and we need to speak with him urgently.
He kind of like narrows his eyes, kind of like studying the three of you, and then he nods, and then opens the door and kind of like very closely follows you in.
Out of character. Do lizard people just not talk usually?
I mean, Zalgrim was a lizard person.
Oh, no, that's true. Okay, all right. Back. Walked in.
And so as you go in, you hear once again like really good food. Kind of as you smell really good food as you walk in, and you hear kind of like the hum of conversation coming from a room up ahead as they kind of go and turn. And as the guard enters, they're like, "Alyssa, what's the issue here?" And they just kind of like shows these people. That's like kind of shows you guys. And then you see Saul kind of like, Phelan? What are y'all doing here? As he kind of like leans forward and looks around, like.
So sorry to interrupt. I know that you're on important business. I just had to come and let you know something if you have a chance to speak.
He kind of looks. Is it urgent?
Quite.
Excuse me. Well, we'll keep talking when I get back. It seems that something very important has come up. I apologize for the intrusion. As he gets up and walks over.
Oh, I'll look over there. Sorry to interrupt you all. The food smells delicious, by the way, and the love your home is beautiful.
Thank you.
Walk out with Saul.
Saul kind of like walk into the hallway. What's going on here? I thought, did y'all? Who Tombstone kill? And he looks, sees Tombstone out there. Who Tombstone kill?
Tombstone didn't kill anyone.
Oh.
But well, I'm sure. I'm assuming you hopefully were expecting this, but well, he may have insulted all of Dragonborn, and
Okay.
Tijani said, and then pretty much challenged their leader to a duel.
Challenged.
death.
He challenged Corvus to a
And
duel.
when he kind of well, I guess we both did, but it kind of instigated a lot of anger between the two groups, and well, eventually kind of led to some heightened tensions where the Dragonborn leader assumed that that Tombstone was issuing a challenge, and then eagerly accepted. It is in a couple of hours.
He's as predictable as ever.
Well, I'm glad that you think so. Well, anyways.
Oh no, Corvus, not Tombstone.
Oh well, yes, of course. Well, on top of that, their alliance, it seems fragile because well, in frustrating Corvus, well, he may have blurted out that the Jutani were their servants, were beneath them. And so, while Tombstone was egging on the Dragonborn and getting them to issue a challenge, I was attempting to inflate tensions between the two to hopefully drive a wedge. So I'm not sure if it worked or not, but the duel's in a couple of hours, and we may have spoken loudly about it through the market stalls, so there may be an audience.
Don't worry about it. I can definitely get you an audience. As he kind of turns around, looks like goes back to stands kind of in the doorway of the room he was for. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it seems that a perfect opportunity for me to demonstrate what I've been trying to convince you all for the past few hours of has perfectly come up. You see, one of my champions, someone who fights under the name of the Nyan family, has recently been challenged in a duel with the Corrin family. So, that duel's in a few hours, so we will be able to finish this meal with plenty of time. But I formally invite you all to come and watch this duel. As the lizard folk kind of look at each other. We will accept this honor. He's like, now let's get to this last course. It smells delicious. As he looks back, kind of winks and gives you all a thumbs up, and walks back into the room.
Eitree's like laughing because like every time that Itree hears like a lisp or something, he just like can't help it. So he's like trying not to crack up too loud.
He's like stifling a laugh this entire time.
Yeah, every time there's a list like, thank you, supper or something, he just like laughs.
Thank you all for your hospitality. And as I try to usher the children out as they can't contain their laughter. And it's,
All right, Tombstone. How are you? What are you doing? So you're heading back to Oldridge Castle.
So Tombstone will go back to Old Breach Castle. He will go stow his belongings and come out with nothing on but his loincloth.
Yep.
And then he'll walk outside the castle. What kind of like areas does a castle like have? Like, I mean, obviously it has like main keep, but is there anything inside or like
so-
outside the castle? Like,
Right.
what's going on out
So
there?
it has like the main, like you said, the main keep area. It also has like a stables area. It has a courtyard as well, and I'll probably say it has like a small kind of like outer housing area with like its own kind of yard and area outside of that. And then other than that, there's the like the entrance to the archives behind the castle itself. But I'll say there's like a pretty large field, and kind of like I guess yard, I'll say, in front of the stables, kind of that are like off-centered to the left of the castle itself.
Cool. Tombstone will go to this courtyard area. Is there like a trough of water I could like find? Like
Yeah.
just like a bucket of water or something like that?
Yeah, I was saying, you could
So
easily
he'll
find
go-
some of that.
He'll go like pour a bunch of water into the dirt and just like start mixing it with his fingers and make mud. And then he'll sit and then he'll do like the Asian thing where you cross your legs and you like sit like on your knees in front of the pile of mud, and he'll just close his eyes and he'll meditate for the next 30 minutes or next 30 minutes probably to an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Is it called meditation?
You know the ways. You know our ways so well, Eitri. You're basically a kobold. And then afterwards, he will take the mud, and on his chest, he will inscribe a large fang, so just like a giant it's like a very like tribal looking symbol with just kind of like lots of like tribal kind of like Samoan almost markings, but in the center of this marking, almost like set in the circle on his chest, emblazoned just like a curved, hooked fang.
Mm-hmm.
And then he'll stand up, and then he'll go wait by the gate, kind of at like a parade rest type of stance, waiting for the rest of the party to arrive to escort him to the duel.
All right. So the rest of the party, where do y'all go after meeting Saul?
I'll head back to find Tombstone.
So y'all go. Is that what everyone wants to do?
Yeah.
So you all head back, and as you kind of get closer to the castle, you'll see Tombstone sitting on a sort of parade rest in the front at the gate, looking very serious.
You ready, Tombstone?
I will do what I must.
You think you can beat him?
Winning is not a main objective of a duel, Balin.
Enlighten me.
sometimes a duel is about more than just petty fame or anger, hate, or bloodlust, the desire to murder. I've dueled for those reasons. All of those duels have left me unsatisfied. The real duels, the ones that have been filled with purpose, the reason I call myself pit fighter extraordinaire, is the duels I fight for my tribe. Phelan, I have a question for you.
Ask away.
Does our group have an insignia?
Do we have an insignia?
There's only been really one thing that you've been given that like would represent an insignia. And that was way back in the day.
Yeah, the little badge.
The little badge.
Oh, this is got this. That's pretty much first job we went on, so that's about it right here.
He kind of shows it to you, and at this
Mm.
point, it was already old when he got it, but now it's been kind of like beaten and worn through y'all's travels and through y'all's fights. And there you see this kind of sort of crest, with some, it's like this crest, and it has a, what would it have? I guess it would have a like a small mountain range on the bottom, and then like two in the mid, like two or sword in the mountains in the bottom with a sword in the center, and then around the sword are like two curls of light, or I say light, just kind of two ribbons that kind of wrap around the sword.
Do you mind if I borrow that for later?
Sure. I think we need to get you one
Tombstone
too.
Tombstone will tuck it into his loincloth. And then he'll say, I'm ready.
It's about that time. Said,
Yeah, I'm about to say it's been a few hours at this point.
Yeah,
Between
if you're
all this
ready.
traveling and preparing.
I think we probably should make our way there.
All right. And so you all begin walking toward you all begin walking toward the what's it called? Toward the same direction y'all went before.
He changing the music.
What?
I said he changing the music.
I'm trying to find the music.
That's
Go to album. I'll say I keep forgetting I'm streaming so y'all can see this too. Where is it? There it is. That's the one I want. And so y'all are walking. Y'all walk toward the market, the same kind of route that y'all went before. Slowly making your way, and as you get to the estate, there's not a huge crowd, but a decent crowd of people out there kind of questioning, asking about this duel that they've heard going on here. And you see some of the like guards kind of like holding him back, or just go on your way, like just kind of trying to shoo them off as you all approach.
Oh, I'll walk straight up to these guards. Why are you shooing away the people who want to see the leaders of the clans or the houses? I mean, it seems that this should be something that the people of the city should watch. Shouldn't they watch the those who want to be in charge? Shouldn't they be open about their activities? You know, these challenges against them or from them.
I agree.
Saying this
You
loud
hear
enough for
from-
everyone to hear.
You hear from behind you as you see Saul walking up with a couple of lizard folk, but like a small entourage of lizard folk behind him. Gam is there with him as well. And he's like walking up. It's like, why not? I mean, the more the merrier. In fact, if you charge for entry, you can make some small coin from this. as the guards just kind of eye him as he starts going, Where's Corvus at? I wanna talk to him before the fight. Like, he's getting ready. Ah, well then, where shall my champion go? And one of the guards kind of step off to the side and begins walking in direction. Stahl looks at Tombstone. After you.
Tombstone will walk in, find whatever ring
Mm-hmm.
that they have set up,
So,
and sit down cross-legged in the middle of the ring.
So yeah,
waiting.
walking up, you see a little bit of rope, kind of like in a circle with like some pretty much like quick little like fences erected, essentially. Like they just stood them up and kind of pounded them in place. It's like nothing too big, or too fancy. And there's like two small kind of like almost shacks, at the end, and you see some movement and things going on in the shack across from you all. But the guard leads you up to the one shack and just kind of like gestures you in. And Saul kind of looks at you. He's like, "All right, well, do me proud."
Tombstone doesn't even acknowledge Saul.
Okay. And then he like looks like kind of goes to the lizard folk. He's like, "All right, if you excuse me," and it's like, "Well, let's get to our seats, shall we?" As he walks.
Seats.
as they kind of like walk into like this yard, and you kind of have like the back entrance with a small little like patio, but not nearly enough to like hold people. So they always kind of look around and just end up just kind of standing.
How many people seem to show up from the town?
But a good like a handful, like I'd say about like a few dozen. So
Nice.
respectable, but nothing too big. And so Tombstone then walks out in the center of the ring and sits down. And then a few minutes later, you see Corvus, or Corin, the head of the Corin family, who you now know his name is Corvus, kind of walk up with the same robes he was wearing from before, and kind of just outside the small shack where movement is still going on behind him. So you actually came.
Only a dragonborn would run from a duel.
Interesting. Well then, allow me to get this duel started. And he looks to the other side and sees like the group of people, and address the crowd you brought with you.
Shouldn't the challenger of a duel state his name to the one he challenged?
He will. As he turns to the group. Allow this duel to be a demonstration between the Nyan family and the Corin family, displaying who really has the strength to lead this city. And he says, "This," as he gestures toward Tombstone, "is the champion of the Nyan family. What is your name?"
Before I begin to speak, because I have something I've been working on.
Yeah.
Is there a dragonborn at the edge of the ring holding a couple spears ready for use for this duel?
Not yet. But there can be.
I would like there to be
Okay.
one.
Yeah, I will say as Corin began talking, one of the Dragonborn kind of like took that as his cue, grabbed a few spears, and then like went to like kind of like he was gonna go to the center, but then saw you were already there, and kind of like went to like in between where you are and where Corin is standing and holds the spears.
Perfect. I'll look at Corvus in the eyes, and then I'll look around to the crowd. I am Tombstone, pit fighter extraordinaire, Fiery Fist Pirates drill sergeant, champion of the water peoples, enemy of empires, master haggler, prison baker, Colossus slayer, nearly disintegrated lizard, Quiplash conqueror, the negotiator, chicken thief, intimidation master, dishonorable captain of the Thangur tribe, and a hero. champion of Oldreach. If there's one thing that I have learned in all my years of fighting, in the thousands of duels I have fought and lost, is that one does not fight for their own honor. Those fights are meaningless. But when one fights for the honor of his tribe, those fights mean the most. My tribe is dead. I can no longer fight for them. And he takes his hand and he wipes away the image emblazoned on his chest in mud. And then he looks at the Dragonborn and he yells, "Spear!" and holds out his hand.
The Dragonborn kind of like pulls back and like tosses the spear toward.
He catches the spear, draws it across his hand. But I now vow with my blood that I fight for my new tribe. And I fight for Oldreach. And he says, "Let's duel." And lowers his spear.
Corvus takes a deep breath in. And the champion of the Corrin family, as he steps to the side, Karanis Corrin, as this kind of from the shadows of the shack steps a dragonborn in like with silver scales. As he walks up, puts his hand out for a spear, catches one, and like kind of holds it at the same, kind of holds it ready. You ready, lizard boy?
I knew Dragonborn were cowards. I'm ready, lizard.
Roll initiative.
Question.
Yes.
Does my speech count as inspiring leadership?
Yes, it does. Holy frick! That was so good.
That was good.
Beautiful. So I get, at the beginning of this combat, 11 temporary HP.
Woo, let's go.
And rolling for initiative. So this Dragonborn isn't wearing armor, correct?
Yes, he's like not wearing any armor as well.
Perfect. So base armor is 10 plus your dex, right?
Yes.
Okay. I was hoping that by restricting armor from this battle, I would have the edge in armor class, perhaps.
Potentially. All right. So I gotta pull out my.
What's this hoe?
What's your initiative?
Oh, I rolled bad. 9.
9. All right.
Like the Nine family?
9.
You know, on a day when we're just having fun playing around, you know, just casually dropping a bunch of Tombstone lore.
I know, like some amazing Tombstone lore and development here. I'm like, gosh, dang.
I was about to say, is that the name of your tribe then?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I just made it up tonight, but that is the name of my tribe.
All right. So, your challenger is going to go first.
Mm-hmm.
And hold on, let me pull up another kind of quote unquote dummy sheet real quick that I can base this guy off of, because I was not ready for this.
Yeah. You're telling me you weren't prepared for combat?
I know, how naive of me that I wasn't ready. Okay, hold on. There he is. Let's use this guy. Okay, yeah. Okay. Does a 13 hit?
No, because my armor class is 14.
Ooh, let's go. Okay. So he kind of goes in with the spear and he takes a lunge. takes a few lunges, and you dodge one.
Did he enter my attack radius?
Yes, he did.
I would like to use my reaction to stab him in the foot.
Do it.
Okay. I no longer have a spear in my inventory, but I'll just roll. Yeah, 9. Does a 9 probably doesn't hit.
A 9. Let me make sure.
Yeah, I mean base armor class is usually at least 10. So
Oh wait, shoot. I don't believe it. Yeah, no, it doesn't. It
yeah,
doesn't.
no
Nine
way.
doesn't hit.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. We stab at each other.
All right, so yeah, so you take some stabs at each other. It's a miss, and he's gonna give another jab at you, and this one will connect.
Mhm.
And this one will do 5 points of damage.
Easy.
I had to do some like quick math and bonus in my head. You know what? This might just be easier. All right, and it is now your turn.
Beautiful. I am putting a spear in my inventory right now, so I can
Gotcha.
use it for.
Yep, fair.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I am going to lunge forward and strike at him with 2 hands on the spear.
Okay.
8 misses. Second attack is a 15. Does a 15 hit?
Yes, I believe 15 does hit.
And I will deal 3 points of damage. And then with my bonus action, Polearm Master will use my bonus
Let's go.
action to hit him with the butt of the spear.
Okay.
Does 10 does not hit, does
10 will not hit.
Okay. And then I will take 5 feet back to the edge of the ring.
Gotcha. So are you you wouldn't be leaving his
I would be leaving his
Okay.
his attack range.
Okay. Gotcha. Then he's going to take a oh shoot. He's going to take a opportunity attack against you.
Mhm.
And now I have to add a spear real quick to this guy's inventory that I just made.
I think it's just a 1d6 or 1d8
Okay,
based
okay.
on
I
whether
rolled a
you're wielding it
1d6.
with one hand or two. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I see. Okay. Yeah, then a 16 is gonna hit.
Yep.
And that'll be 6 damage.
Okay. He burned through my temporary HP.
How much damage did you do last round again?
3.
Cool. Alright, so he takes a swing at you, and he's gonna miss the second one. That'll be another 13, which I believe you said misses. So...
Yes, 13 misses.
Alright. Your turn.
Beautiful. Did he enter my attack range on his turn?
Yes, he did.
I'm gonna use my reaction before my turn begins.
Alright,
to strike
fair
at him.
enough.
That's why I backed up. I believe a 22 hits,
That it does.
and that's gonna be 7 points of damage.
Alright.
Then I will take my turn, stab him first strike. 20
That'll hit.
for another 7 points of damage. Second strike,
Oh my gosh.
19
Yeah?
for another 9 points of damage.
Oh my gosh, you're beating this guy to a pulp. Do it.
Bonus action,
Yeah!
Draconic Cry. Bonus action Draconic Kai. I scream at him after stabbing him 3 times as he approached me. Just like a triple strike. Boom, boom,
Mhm.
boom. 3 points to the chest. I scream in his face. Just this raw, like guttural, just like screech.
Primal screech.
And then I action surge.
Yeah, let's go.
So I action surge, and I'm gonna stab him 2 more times with advantage on the
Yep.
strikes. So roll twice for the first one. 21 should hit
Yes.
for 4
Hell
points of
yeah.
damage, and then rolling the second attack
Let's
at
go.
advantage. A 17 hits
That still hits.
for another 9 points of damage.
Oh my gosh.
Absolutely freaking cracked.
So, just for scale, on this turn he did let's see here. 14, 23, 27, 36 points of damage.
I
in a
rolled really
one
well on
turn.
the damage die.
That was great. So, everyone watching, you see like the duel starts and there's a couple like kind of jabs at each other as they're kind of almost testing each other's like strength, testing each other, seeing how they respond in this duel. When Tombstone kind of backs up a bit as the opponent jumps forward and trying to keep up with him, trying to get a hit on him, and he gets a few hits on him, but then once he gets into Tombstone's range, you see him almost enter this frenzy as he just begins like stabbing, beating away his opponent's spear and getting another jab in as he gets five jabs in within quick succession, screaming as he does so, this primal guttural scream, and completely almost taken aback by this sudden surge. Our opponent's going to attempt to hit again. The first one is going to he kind of goes to strike, and he bats it away, and it knocks it from both one of his hands, and he almost loses his grip on it, but he keeps it firm as he goes in with just one hand, and you'll take 9 damage as he kind of
Okay.
goes in with one hand.
So I'll kind of like I'll react to that. I'll take the spear to like the shoulder, and I'll kind of just like warily like kind of sidestep him.
Mm-hmm.
Take a couple breaths, and then like lunge forward and make a strike at him. In return, the first one probably miss 10, and then second attack dirty 20
Yeah, that'll hit.
for another 3 points of damage.
All right.
And then I will bonus action polearm master strike with the butt of the weapon. 21 hits, and that's
Yep.
going to be 2 points of like bludgeoning damage as I take the back of the spear and I just like hit him in the jaw.
Mm-hmm. After being hit in the jaw, you hear like a satisfying crack as the shaft of the spear strikes him in the face. And he kind of looks back with this kind of almost fire in his eyes as he, in quick succession, gives 4 little lunges of his
Okay, nice.
sword, or of his spear rather. Excuse me. And all but one will miss. Okay. And so, shoot, what is it? Oh my gosh, I wrote that wrong earlier. So that's going to be 18 damage from those 3 hits?
We got hit 3 times.
Yes.
Okay, 18 damage.
As Tombstone's able to parry the first one, but the second 3, like I say, I'll say the first 3 he takes as he's just this sudden whirlwind of attacks, but he adapts and then blocks away that last hit that comes toward him. and those in the crowd, those kind of standing, the people that either came from the market, including a little bit of the lizard folk as well, are like kind of almost just eyeing this duel as they're kind of becoming entranced with it, as they're like holding their breaths to see what happens. Tombstone, it's your turn.
Tombstone once again takes a 3 and then blocks the last one, and as he blocks the last one, he kind of hooks and like traps it underneath his arm, and then like with his other hand, he like reaches back and he like screeches again, this primal like just like throat, like you know the type of scream where it just like your throat sounds like it's shredding itself apart, that kind of scream, and he'll stab down using his Draconic Cry, so both attacks are at advantage. 21 for 7 points of damage.
Let's go.
And then just another one straight into him. 19.
Yep.
For 9 points of damage. And then he'll release and just like back up and get in a defensive posture, waiting for him to strike back.
And so, after getting that beating, you see him you see the person kind of step back. He'll grab the spear, snap it over his leg, and he'll kind of breathe out in a similar manner, and you'll see like the same kind of crystalline kind of breath come out as a spearhead kind of materializes over the second, over one of the now broken shaft, as he kind of like spins both mini spears in his hands as he dashes forward. He's gonna.
I'm sorry. Did you say?
Yeah.
Did you say he backed up?
Yeah. I did say that, didn't I?
I would like to stab him.
Do it.
Opportunity attack, Sentinel. So, and the attack is at advantage because it's not my turn yet. So, Yep, 19 will hit for 4 points of damage.
All right.
So he tries to back up, gets stabbed, and then can't leave my combat range. Still does the cool thing. In frustration, snaps his spear in half, and now he's coming back for me.
And so he comes forward again, and you get another wave, not 4 this time, just 3. Wave of attacks. Does you said your AC was 14?
14.
Okay,
Correct.
cool. All right. Then you will take 17 damage as he just goes in with these 3 attacks. And you can tell like he's roll an insight.
Look.
Yeah.
I would say anyone who's watching can roll an insight if you'd like.
Insight. How does Tombstone look?
8.
Oh boy.
An 8 on insight, or
Tombstone,
is that...
I rolled an 8 on insight.
Okay.
Nat 20 on insight.
Oh, 24.
Ooh.
Tombstone is going to leave you in suspense as to how he's feeling.
Okay. Nat 20 on insight, BB.
Nat 20. So yeah, Briar and Phelan, as you kind of are watching this fight unfold, as it is kind of just quiet around you. I have not been playing combat music, and now I feel terrible. As you've been watching this combat unfold around you, you see his opponent start to just go crazy, and you realize that this isn't a controlled fury or like a kind of like a frenzied attack that like calculated. This is desperation. He is like, this is an attack of I cannot lose this fight that you're seeing. Like kind of like when an animal is cornered and it lashes out in an attack. That's the same feeling you get from him as he snaps this spear in 2 and begins, coming at him with 2 spears instead of just 1.
Wouldn't it just be a stick and a spear?
It would be, but he used his breath power essentially to create another spearhead on one of the spears, and so now he has two.
Ugh,
Looks like Tombstone.
almost
that's
feel
the
bad
ball.
for this one. Almost feel bad for this Dragonborn because really it shouldn't have been him that was fighting. It should have been the leader of the house. He didn't have to die. But Tombstone fights to the death.
Have I given you a turn yet, Tombstone?
It would now be my turn.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, that's what I thought. It's your turn.
Tombstone has no idea how he's feeling because obviously I rolled an 8. But I've seen a wild animal before. So Tombstone realizes this is his opportunity, but he knows he needs to go in with care because a cornered animal is the most dangerous one. So as my bonus action, I will use my second wind. So I get to roll a d10, and I gain 11 HP back.
Nice. That's a good bit.
Yep, not as good as I could have rolled, but it's a good bit. And then after that brief respite, steps forward and will step in for a strike. Does an 11 hit?
An 11, unfortunately, does not hit.
Yep, figured. Second strike. Yeah, I think a 23 hits.
Yeah, slightly.
Or 4 points of damage.
Ooh, let's go. Okay.
And that's all I can do for this turn.
No pole arm?
I can't. It's a bonus action, and I used it on second
Oh,
wind.
okay. For some
Yeah.
reason, I was thinking that was a reaction.
There's two, like Polearm Master has a reaction that you can use when somebody
Oh,
enters
okay.
your melee range, and it has a bonus action attack that you can do on your turn.
I see.
As just an extra
I
attack.
see. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense now. Okay. And so then in this fight, as you kind of go in for the attacks, you get him once, and he kind of like, as you kind of like stab him in the shoulder or whatever, he's going to take the two spears he has and kind of like pin the shaft of yours like with the spearheads as he's going to yank it out of it, thrust it to the side, and kind of push both at you at the same time. And you're going to be able to bat one of them away, but the other one's going to hit. And this one's going to do 6 points of damage.
Okay.
And as you bat the other one away, you bat it away, he like turns it around to a reverse grip and tries to take another one. Does a 12 does not hit, correct?
12 does not hit.
All right, then it's going to kink off your scales. It is now your turn again.
Tombstone, for the briefest moment, loses a little bit of focus. His eyes drift to the crowd. He sees Eitri, gives him a glance. Sees Phelan. His eyes linger a couple seconds. His eyes lock with Briar's. And then he returns to the moment. And drawing the strength he got from just the subtle glances at his comrades, another draconic cry erupts. This one feels even louder, and you swear it has the tints of each of your voices mimicked inside of his own, as if you were screaming with Tombstone. And then I'm going to stab him.
This super poetic speech. And then I stab him.
Natural 20.
Let's go!
Wow.
Yes! I rolled nat 20s at the most insane times. Alright. 10 damage. Critical.
Nice.
And then second attack for a 19
That hits.
for another 4 points of damage.
Tombstone. How would you like to do this?
So Tombstone draws inspiration. He screams. He stabs him once through the thigh, uses the leverage of the thigh to push through and slide underneath through his legs, yanks the spear out, and then goes up from behind through his back, through his heart, and out through the front. And then he pushes him into the dirt, pulls the spear out, and stands there heaving. And he just locks eyes with Corvus.
And the crowd, everyone is silent.
Oh.
All you can hear is the small sound of Tombstone breathing heavily in the crowd. As Tombstone, you look to Corvus, and he looks utterly shocked. Those in the crowd, you'll see Saul kind of just like, also like his eyebrows raised a little bit. Look at the lizard folk, trying to look at you guys like, you see, like y'all see that too? As Corvus looks at Tombstone.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm sorry, you want to say something?
Tombstone looks at Corvus. Seeing as you were not lizard enough to fight me yourself, I hope you will agree to an alternate arrangement. You will leave Old Reach. From this day forth, should you return, I will slay you on sight.
Corvus kind of picks up his chin. The winner of the duel is Tombstone of the Nyan, well, whatever tribe he is. He looks over to the crowd, and like he spots out Saul in the crowd and gives him a glare. Saul looks at him. You heard the guy. Come back and, well, can't guarantee you'll see Old Reach again. He'll look back at Tombstone with a scowl even stronger than the first one he gave. You are a monster.
I know.
As he turns around and kind of like, as he walks away, like the other Dragonborn with him just gawking at what just happened, like kind of look at him back toward Tombstone as they kind of scutter off with him, and you hear hushed voices begin just quickly talking. And then from the crowd that y'all have seen, one guy just starts clapping and applause. As a small applause kind of erupts from,
Tombstone
or
raises
trickles
his
in from
spear.
and Saul just, yeah!
Tombstone turns back around, starts to take one step towards Phelan, and then begins to collapse.
I'll run forward and try to catch him. You did a good job.
Tombstone passed out.
he's gone.
Hey, Briar.
Yeah.
You and Eitri, take him back. Get through in order to heal him.
Okay.
Are the Gentani here?
Surprisingly enough, you don't see them.
Dang it. I want to speak with them. Maybe another time.
And so then, as you're kind of walking, Phelan, you do see Saul, and he's talking with the lizard folk, and you hear him. He's like, "So, does that hopefully settle things?" And the lizard folk looks like, "Yes, we do believe that the Nyan family is strong enough to protect Old Reach. And do we have a deal?" "Yes, we will join you." And he's like, "Perfect. If you talk to one of my secretaries, they have all the paperwork, and we can start making this official. All right, glad to have you on." As he pats on the shoulder, kind of like, and like they kind of cringe back. And he's like, "Oh, right."
I'll walk over and arm around Saul. Like, oh, I'm just guessing that we're all friends here now.
Yes, have we not been?
Oh well, no, of course. Sorry. I was always assumed it always would be, but pleasure to have you guys on board.
Yeah. This is the Hassans. They're gonna be helping us out a little bit around Old Reach.
Ah, that's wonderful. You know, really needed to get the city to where it should be. You know, it's a
My
beacon in
thoughts
the Jaded
exactly.
Wilds.
My thoughts exactly. See, and well, as a formal introduction now, Hassans, this is Phelan. He's one of the people in well, the task force, or you probably more know them as the Heroes of the Wild.
Pleasure. I'll reach a hand
They
out.
like they just very reverently bow.
Oh, on my head. Don't know culture.
And he looks and he like kind of pats you on the back and sees Eitri and Briar carrying Tombstone off. Oh, you should probably go back with them.
Yeah, I will. So, but just making sure everything's good. I didn't see the Jitani around anywhere, so
Yeah, I didn't either. I was hoping to have a few words with them. I'm sure
yeah,
they'll
keep an eye
poke
out.
their heads back up sooner or later.
I'm sure.
They're eager
I
to
feel
get
like
their.
they might be. I'm sure they'll be a lot more inclined to listen next
Hoping
time we.
so. Trying to find how to spin it for them because they're new here. I'm trying to find out how to spin it to get them on our side. I'll figure something out. Anyways, when you get there, give Tombstone my thanks. I owe him
I will
one.
let him. I'll let him know when he wakes up.
He kind of like. Now, as he kind of goes back to the lizard folk, I heard talks of a dessert before we left. As he walks off with them. And so you all get back to Old Reach. Yeah, so you not Old Reach. You all get back to the castle in Old Reach. Where you can put Tombstone to I don't say put to rest because that sounds like he's dead, but he's not. You put him down so that he can rest.
Put him down.
No, wait.
Put him down like a dog in the streets.
You get him to Thunar, and Thunar is able to give him any care that he needs. And so he can heal you up, Tombstone, anything that you need. As the rest of y'all kind of and when you get to the Old Reach Castle, there you'll find Karu. As there, and he's kind of seeing you come in, he's like, "What happened to him?"
Let's just say, well, the Dragonborn House 9 of Old Reach, we're making some sort of alliance with that new Tabaxi Gentani house and wanted to try to take over Old Reach, and well, helped Saul out with trying to sort that out, and might have ended with our negotiations might have ended with the leader of the house of the Corbin house challenging Tombstone to a duel to the death. When Tombstone accepted, we showed up. The leader didn't fight. He had some random guy fight, and Tombstone killed him. And now the Corvus is banished, basically, from Old Reach.
Oh, so you had a Dragonborn duel, and Tombstone won.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of looks over to the just knocked out Tombstone. I'll have to talk about him about that. It's good.
Yeah.
I'm proud of him.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good fight. But we speak about that when he wakes up.
Absolutely.
On other matters, did you find a gift?
as he kind of coughs and like looks over to
Mar,
like
is Mara
I would
here?
say like looks over like not in the room but like across the hall and like in another room.
Oh
You
yeah,
see-
I say quiet
yeah. I
enough.
say you see Mara kind of like either just doing paperwork or something. He's like, I'll update you about that if you're dying to know.
Oh, I sure am, Karu.
I'll talk about it later.
I'll be waiting. This is a great student date. I didn't smack on the shoulder. It's like watching a book unfold. I just gonna
Book?
walk inside. You don't read? Do you not read anything
No,
other
I,
than history books?
no, I do. Nah, whatever. And he's kind of
I might be a
Walks
history
off.
buff, but I like a good book every once in a while. I
Julius.
might be a
Ah,
sucker
yes.
for history.
I've heard of these books. I wish I could read.
You don't know how to read, Julius?
No, I've never needed to.
I put my arm around Julius. Well, Julius, I know what we're doing this evening. And I just take him to a
Fantastic.
table and I start teaching him how to read.
As Karu is walking out of the room, he's like, "All right, everyone, be up early tomorrow. I have some training in mind for everyone."
Sir, yes, sir.
And he looks at Tombstone. Make sure Thunar gets to him. As he leaves. Anything else anyone wants to do? Then I think that is a good place to end tonight's session.